What is up, Nerf Nation? I'm Naptown Nerf, and this is episode 19 of Naptown Nerf Thrifting. I know, it's been a while. And honestly, there's quite a few reasons for that. First and foremost, there really just has not been a lot out there the last few months. The aisles have been pretty bare. I haven't found hardly any Nerf, and a lot of the Nerf I have found is stuff that I am deciding I really don't need any more of. I've got a few of them, or if they're blasters that are things that I probably wouldn't use, then I leave them for other people to find. But I've found a few good things. I'm hoping that my luck will turn around. I'm sure it will. I've not had quite as much time to go out and thrift lately, and there hasn't been quite as much motivation. As most people know, when you don't find things, you lose a little motivation to go and find more stuff. And then probably the biggest reason why I've stopped accumulating quite as many blasters, I'm just running out of space to put them, and I don't really need any, I don't need any more Fireflies. I don't need probably any more long shots, really, unless they're like in immaculate condition and things that I feel like I would use really often, or blasters of value, then I really don't pick them up. So I picked up a few things. Sometimes I break my rule, but most of the things I found I value, or are things that I don't find very many of or have never found, so should be some cool stuff. So let's get started. Let's start out with a non-Nerf thing, but a Super Soaker, actually. Another CPS blaster. What is this one? The 1-3-5 blaster? Sure. But I've never seen this one before. It was in reasonably good shape. Still had the bandolier. Still works just fine, so that was pretty cool. It was $6. And that's another thing that I found actually with a lot of the blasters that are being sold here in Indianapolis, is their prices have gone way up. Like, you guys know that I usually get things for like a few dollars, like $3 or less a lot of times. And now they're up around $6, $7 for things that aren't really worth that to me, especially now. So that's another big reason why I haven't picked up as many things. I mean, I just can't afford to spend $7 on a blaster that I already have 3 or 4 of. I mean, it just doesn't make sense unless I really feel like I'm going to use it. I don't usually grab it. So that's that one. Modulus. I've found quite a few of these over the years, but this one is $3. It was $3, and it's in okay shape. It's a good blaster. It can be used for quite a few things, so I grabbed it, and the price was reasonable at $3, so I thought that was worth it. I found one of my favorite blasters, the Messenger. So this was a dollar. I'm not going to pass up a Messenger for $1. I've modded quite a few of these. It's always nice to have spares, so I grabbed that. Pretty cool blaster. If you've not used a Messenger before, I highly recommend it. It is a great little pistol. Found the Stormtrooper blaster from the Rogue One movie. This was $3, which is a little bit pricey, but considering it was retailing for like $40, I thought it was a pretty good deal. $40 for this blaster is absolutely insane. It's probably about a $12 blaster in my opinion, brand new. So $3 I thought was okay, and it looks like it's in pretty good shape. So batteries aren't functioning at the moment, so I'm hoping all those things still work, but I'll probably find that out at a later date. So pretty cool. I got a Complete Recon Mark II, and it actually came with a double dealer mag, which I thought was pretty neat. These mags are pretty sweet, so that was pretty cool. And it does seem to have a problem. If you didn't hear that, I'll do it again. It fires when I close the jam door usually. Now that time it didn't, but so the catch may have a little bit of an issue, but that should be pretty easily fixable. It was $6, which is a little bit pricey, but I kind of valued the magazine and the barrel attachment, and the blaster's pretty good. The stock's kind of meh, but it was in good shape, so I went ahead and grabbed it for the $6. For some reason, I got another Tech Target. I think this came in a lot that I got from the Goodwill auction, and well, I guess it didn't. It says $2, so maybe it didn't. I'm not sure if Jill picked this up or what, but I have quite a few of these, so I don't really need any more. I don't have quite that many of this version, but nevertheless, $2 is not too bad for a Tech Target. They're fun toys, and they're definitely fun to play with around the house, so that was a cool find. I got a Vulcan belt. They had some other parts of the Vulcan, but I didn't really want any of the rest of the Vulcan. It was in pretty rough shape, but they had the belt for sale by itself in a bag for $1, so I was like, okay, I'll take a Vulcan chain for $1. You can never have too many of those. Got an Iron Man Super Soaker. This is a pretty good Super Soaker, actually. It's in pretty rough shape, and I actually picked this one up because I plan on giving it to a young friend of mine who's into the Iron Man and the Hulk and all that. So he really doesn't have a very good Super Soaker, as they don't make very good ones anymore. But this was $6, which is pretty expensive for me considering the condition, but I was thinking of him, so that's kind of why I grabbed it, and plan on giving him that this coming spring, so that's pretty cool. I got 2 Vendetta swords. I got these for $1, which was a steal. I think I found one of these the last episode, which is pretty neat. I'm surprised to find these. You don't find too much Enforce stuff, so I definitely grabbed those. They're definitely a fun dueling melee weapon, so pretty exciting find. Got an Enforce shield also. This I've actually been using at the Naptown Nerf Wars, which is good because it's always good to put some of these things to actual use instead of just storing them in a tub. But it was $1, and so $1 for an Enforce shield, definitely not bad. These things are very handy to have, so I was pretty happy with this find. Got an Ultimate Missile Blast. It was $4. These things have awesome tanks, so I don't pass these up very often, although I do have quite a few. But as long as the tank seems to be in good shape, which this one does, I usually grab it. $4 is a bit expensive, but, you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now. It seems like everything's priced a little higher than it used to be. I guess there's too many people out there shopping for Nerf stuff, but definitely a decent find there. Grabbed a Flip Fury. It was $3, so pretty standard price. Works pretty well, seems to anyway. So yeah, that's good. It seems to be in pretty darn good shape. Very few scratches and scuffs, so that's pretty awesome. And you know, it's definitely a decent loaner and great for pistol rounds at the Naptown Nerf Club. So definitely a decent find there. All right, I found a Super Soaker stock, Raider stock. Not in the best shape, but it was $1. Definitely a decent find, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I grabbed it. Grabbed another Super Soaker. I am finding a lot of these, and I'm very surprised actually to find these, but this is actually one of my favorites. I really like this one. I have another one, and when they're working, I usually pick them up. This is the CPS 2500, and it has the bandolier again. It was $5, so not terrible. That's actually, I feel like, pretty reasonable for this blaster. But definitely a good Super Soaker, and I'm kind of need to stop picking up these Super Soakers now too because they take up a lot of space. So now we're going to get into a bag that I got from a Goodwill auction. So all these blasters came in one lot. So there was definitely one blaster in here I really wanted, and then the other ones were kind of so-so, to be honest. But it was only, I think, $20 for the whole lot, maybe $20 or $22. I mean, you have like a fee, so somewhere in that range. It's hard to remember because it's been quite a while ago, but let's go ahead and show you some of the things. I got a Doominator with 3 of the 4 barrels, so one better than the last Doominator I found. It is once again missing the priming bar, which screws on there, and then, yeah, so not a great blaster, not one of my favorite blasters, but the barrels are definitely useful. The look of the blaster is cool, so it could be possibly good for integrating some parts into something at some point. But yeah, definitely not bad. I mean, it came with a lot, so it was basically free. One of my favorite mega pistols, the Cyclone Shot. I love this thing. Pretty good blaster and in pretty darn good shape, so that was pretty neat to get one of those. I got a bag of Rebel darts and some of the decoders and whatnot, but you know, they're in pretty good shape. Look like they've maybe not been shot at all, some of these, so that one looks definitely brand new. So that'll be cool. I mean, it's always good to have more Nerf darts. And then this, I'm sure, came with it, a terrible, terrible Rebel blaster stringer here. I don't remember the name of this offhand, but I'm sure it works just fine. Not a great blaster, not really something I need. We'll go ahead and fire it for fun. So, you know, it's fun, but definitely not something that I really wanted, but it was there, so. I think this came with it. I'm not sure. This came in somewhere, but it was a 10-round banana mag, so that's pretty cool. And then the Big Daddy, the Colossal Blitz. And these things are very rare now. They weren't on shelves too long. They were only available at Target, and they are one of the coolest motorized blasters out there, and definitely probably the coolest, in my opinion, Boomco blaster. It has select fire, or at least it has a semi-auto function and a full auto function. So it doesn't have any burst fire, but it's the first selectable fire blaster from Boomco, and really from anybody that's a flywheel motorized blaster. So yeah, pretty cool find. I can't wait to get this, modded and functioning and take it out to a war. Pretty cool, pretty intimidating for sure. Pretty happy to get that for 20 bucks with all those other things included with it. That's definitely a pretty good deal. I highly recommend, if you find one of these, to grab it, because like I said, they are pretty darn rare considering they came out like a few years ago. They're already pretty rare, so pretty happy with that. I know it was a pretty small, short episode, guys. There's not been a lot out there. The things that have been out there have been overpriced. Things that I don't really need to pick up to fill up my garage even more than it already is. So hopefully I can get stuff a little more organized, possibly sell off a few things, and then hopefully have a little bit better luck, first and foremost, out thrifting. So thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely check out some of my other videos. I definitely do a lot of really cool unboxing videos, reviews, mods. I try to do pretty much everything that you can do in this hobby. I try to put on this channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, smash that like button, and as always, peace out.